Okay, so I'm starting at your fingertips. Example, the first thing we are going to look at is control, control, and then A. Control and A. So what control A does is that it selects everything for you. So when you are typing and you press on Control A, what you are simply going to do is that it is going to select everything that you have typed for you, everything that you have typed. For instance, the document that you were preparing, uh, getting spiritual science and other things. If you want to select everything that you have typed, and remember, when it comes to Microsoft Word, you cannot apply any changes to the word until you have selected or highlighted everything. And so for you to be able to select everything, assuming the document is having 5 pages and you need to select the 5 pages, the question is, will you go round holding the mouse and dragging it down, 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 down till you get to the last page? No. Microsoft has made it simple, or computer has made things very simple, that you can just use Control plus A. What this means is that you hold down the Control key at the same time with A, and then it will select everything that you want or you have typed on your document for you. The question now is, how do you get this control thing that I am talking about? If you go to your keyboard right now, you go to the keyboard, you can see that there is a key that is having this on it as control, and then we have A. So the letter A, you already know where letter A is. But the next thing you are supposed to know is the control. The control is the key that is next to the Windows icon logo. Windows icon, this thing key on the keyboard. And so it's having the letter CTRL on it, right? That is what we call control key. So when you type a document and the document are, let's say, 5 pages, 10 pages, and you want to format all of them to have the same font style, font size, and any other thing you want to do, you don't have to hold down the mouse and be dragging till you get to the last page. If the document is huge and the pages are many, you suffer. So what you simply do is that you press on the control and then A key together, and then it will select everything for you. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to let you practice that one, and I see how you see what I am talking about. So as you just saw, that is the control key and then the A, what it does. Simply, it will highlight everything that you have typed, on your document for you. So you don't need to hold down the mouse, as I said from the beginning, drag, down till you get to the last page before you, uh, leave the mouse and apply changes. So quickly, anything that you want to do, you can just click on the Control A. And remember, what is important here is that when you click on Control A, it is going to select everything. Control A will select everything that you have typed. This is what it does. It selects everything. So if you don't intend to, I mean, affect changes to everything on your document, then what do you do? What do you do? So we are going to look at the next, shortcut, which is Shift and then arrow keys. Arrow keys. And you know where arrow keys are on the keyboard. Beginning of these tutorials or classes, we learned about the keyboard and then a lot of things on the keyboard. And the arrow keys, if you watch on your keyboard, they are having some directional signs. One goes up, one to the left, one down, and then one to the right. That is what we call arrow keys. So assuming that I have typed a document and I don't want to highlight all of them because I don't want to affect changes to all the document, but accepting portion of the document. What do I do? You can use Shift and any of the arrow keys to highlight the particular area that you want to have effect or a change in the document. So for instance, if you open the first document that you were on and then you want to try the arrow keys and then the shift key, for instance, let's say we want to highlight the first paragraph, which is starting from the we and then ending at the build here. What we are going to do is that we will simply click on this where the thing is starting from, click our shift. So as I'm saying, you press on it, you click the shift and then use the arrow key. No, no, press on that shift key. Then you don't remove your hand. You let your hand be on it. You will not see any effect. Now you are highlighting up to the area we have specified, say build. So you just use the arrow key going down and press 1, 2, 3 to continue, keep going till you highlight the area you want. So you practice and I see. Example, yes. Example, you have typed the document and now you want to, let's say, every portion. So you can use the shift key and then the arrow key. And the arrow key will direct you where you want to go. Assuming you you still want to continue highlighting up to where the physical or where the red distance is. You still hold down the shift key and then continue highlighting using the down arrow key. If you are getting, I don't know if you are getting me. So if you want to highlight up to where the red writings are, then you must still hold down the shift key and then be pressing the down key, down key, down key till you get to where you want. So you can use the arrow key together with the shift key anyhow whenever you want. So you are using that. Correct. Correct. So when you finish, you give it a background. And let me see. Okay. So now I'm sure you are seeing the tricks small, small. We have done two, shortcuts. One is Control plus A. So let me bring the one I was using up, which is the one we are using to do the writings. So this one, Control plus A will select everything and then shift and arrows, it will depending on the area of the document that you want to highlight, then you can use shift and arrows. And the shift and arrows, it depends on you. You can go up, you can come down, left or right, depending on the area that you want to, highlight. You don't have to be using the mouse dragging here and there, drag and drop. It's good. But when the document you are preparing, becomes huge document, navigating your way around this document sometimes becomes a challenge. And so you need to know some basic, document typing techniques like Control A to select everything, shift and arrow to move around the areas that you want or navigate around the areas that you want to effect a change. The next thing that we are going to look at is what we call undo. We have been doing undo, and so far the only undo we have been doing is using the inbuilt on, where you go up here, where is the mouse? Where you go up here and you click on this to say undo. When you don't want to use that, you can simply click on control, the control key that we just finished with the app there, and then plus Z, the letter Z. This one will also do the same thing as using the mouse and then coming up here to come and click on this. Did you get it? So this one, Control and Z, will undo everything that you have done in your document. So for instance, let's go back to your document and then we will add another uh, line of code writings, and you just click on undo. So let's say you type something here, and then after typing you realize that the things that you have typed does not really make sense. So you want to undo. Just click on control and then Z together, and then it will undo for you. And so let's practice that and we see how it goes. So you just press down your control. No, this one you don't highlight it. You just press the control and then the Z key. Instead of going up here using the mouse and clicking and clicking and clicking, you can simply use, control on your keyboard and Z together, and then it will take all those things that you have added, let's say by mistake, to your document. So today we have learned, let me go back to, we have done Control A, which will select everything. We have done Shift and arrow keys, which is the top, down, left, and then right keys, which will direct you to highlight certain portion of the document whenever you are working. We have also done Control Z, which will undo everything or a certain addition to your document. So now let's say you have typed a document and then you just press Control Z to undo. Now you realize that the portion of the document that you deleted, you want it back. You want it back. So what you simply do is that you can still press Control and then Y to do a redo. So as we have undo, we also have a redo. So what this redo would do is that you were typing a document and you said undo. Undo, maybe you have done some changes to, and you realize that that particular paragraph is very, very important, and then you cannot take time to type everything, or you cannot remember everything and type it. So what you can simply do is you just press on Control plus Y together, just do a redo until you get the area that you are interested, and then you stop. So Control Z will undo and then Control Y will redo. That is that you have done. So anytime you undo something and you want to bring it back, you can simply use the Control Y to redo. So the next thing that we are going to look at now is save. So you see, when you type a document and you want to save, so far the only way I have showed you is whenever you want to save, you go to the file icon here, you click on it, and then you click on save. Anytime you click on the file icon and you click on save, let me say, whenever you start typing a document, you can only click here to go to save as and save the file for the first time. After that, anytime that you add a portion or you add up to your document, you can simply press on Ctrl S to save it and then just click on the close button to close it. So for instance, you don't need to click on this anytime you just add a document. So when you go to the document we are using for our studies, for instance, the one that we just minimized, you can just be typing a lot of things into it, and when you finish, press on the Control key and then S together. It will save the document for you and then you close it anytime you are done. So you don't have to always click on this file icon here, go to save. It's good, but it's stressing. When you know a lot of shortcuts, it really helps you and then it makes your work a little bit faster when you are typing or you are editing your document. So when I know Control Z, Control X will save my file for me. Why should I have to go and click on this and then look for what's the name save before I click on it? I'll quickly click on what's the name Control and then X. Yes, so we will just go there. So the next thing we are going to look at is how to cut a certain portion of your document and then add it to, I mean, uh, another area when you are typing. So for instance, you need a portion of a document from a section or a section of your document to fill a certain area. We have Control plus Z, sorry, Control plus X, which will cut, the document, and then Control plus V, which will paste the document. So I want to go to this place and try Control, Control plus X will cut documents or will cut whatever that you are doing. And then when you get to where you want to place that particular document, you use Control plus V to paste the document. So this one will paste the document and then the app one will actually cut the document. This one we did it when we were doing the foundations, but we will practicalize it inside Microsoft Word and see how it works. So what this one does is that this one will cut the whole document, or let me say the section of the document that you have highlighted. It will not leave a trace. But when you use Control and then C, Control plus C, it will copy, but rather leave a trace of the document you have copied. And when you use Control plus X, so what I was saying is that we have this Control plus X, which will cut the document without leaving a traces. And then we also have Control plus C, which will copy the document and leave a trace at wherever you copy the main, portion or work from. Then what the V does is that it pastes the document. So whether you use Control plus X or you use Control plus C, for the document to be pasted at the area that you want, you need to use the option called Control plus V. So we will go to the work that we are doing and then we will practice it and we will see how these two options really work. Control plus X, as I said, will cut the whole thing and will not leave you a traces. But when you use Control plus C, it will copy the document section that you have highlighted. And as I said, before you be able to do anything, you first of all think of highlighting that particular portion. So you have to highlight the area and now decide to either go by using Control plus C or Control plus X. And we know Control plus X will cut everything, but Control plus C will copy and leave a traces. So we go to our documents where we have been using for the demonstration, and then we'll practicalize these two and see the effect for ourselves. So quickly we'll